Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever the time might be that you're actually watching this, or whatever the time is right now there that I'm actually recording it, because time zones are stupid. Basically, this week I'm going to talk about asexuality and what it is and how it applies to my life. So to get started, the basic definition of asexuality that is used most of the time, and this is the definition given by Avon. It is a person who does not experience sexual attraction. It's actually a pretty vague definition, and there's a lot of confusion that's arisen from it, and a lot of misconceptions. A lot of people have just taken that and gone, oh, so you don't have sex if you're asexual. That's not necessarily the case. There are a lot of asexuals who, for whatever reason, be it because they're in a romantic relationship with someone who is sexual, or even if they just enjoy it, there is many reasons for an asexual person to have sex, or to masturbate, or to partake in any sexual activity. Just because you do one of those sexual activities doesn't mean you're not asexual, because asexuality is a sexual orientation that is defined as lack of sexual attraction. And I think it's important to distinguish the difference between sexual attraction and arousal, because arousal is it's a physical response that your body is doing on its own. If you're caressed in a private area, you probably will get aroused physically, and that doesn't mean you're not asexual. Sexual attraction, on the other hand, is kind of hard to explain, especially from the point of view of someone that doesn't experience it. But it's the way I imagine it is, it's the thing that makes people look at someone and their immediate reaction will be, oh, I want to have sex with that person. And asexuals just don't experience that at all. That's my way of understanding it. So yeah, nobody really knows the cause for asexuality. It's just like any other sexual orientation. If you ask a gay person why they're gay, they probably won't really have an answer for you. They'll just likely say, well, I was born that way. And it's the same for asexuals. We're just the way we are, it's not necessarily caused by sexual abuse. There are many asexuals who weren't sexually abused. That doesn't mean to say that if you have been sexually abused, you can't be asexual, or that it caused your asexuality. That's just not true. It's not. But nobody really knows the cause for asexuality, or any sexual orientation. It's just the way we are, the way we're programmed, I guess. So yeah, that's sort of how I see asexuality being defined. Hopefully the other two will have their own, Tiberius and Vitican will have their own explanations that won't contrast with this, I hope. Hopefully they'll explain it better as well, because that doesn't really feel like the best explanation ever. Anyway, so how it fits in with me, or how I fit in with it. I can't actually remember how I came across the term asexuality. I remember when I first started going by the term asexual, or the label, if you will. A friend of mine who's also asexual just kind of I don't know why they were reading up about it, or where they found out about it rather, but they found Avon, which is a website I'll link down the bottom, because there's a lot of very good information on their website. But they found Avon, and they kind of figured out from there that they were asexual, and they thought it seemed like a good fit for me as well, which obviously it did, because I'm asexual. But I'd already sort of had the idea of being asexual in my head, so I don't know if it was just something about the word I instinctively knew what it meant, or if I'd come across the term somewhere beforehand. But I kind of almost defined myself as asexual before this friend even showed me the website. So yeah, I don't know where I got it from, but yeah, I don't know if it's really affected me much knowing that I'm asexual, because I've never really worried about that sort of thing, you know. I didn't even really notice that I was different to anybody else. They were all having their sexual experiences, and I was just like, yeah, whatever, you can do your thing, I don't mind, it's not what I'm into, to each his own sort of thing. So yeah, it never really bothered me that I was different to anyone else, which is possibly slightly off topic. Anyway, yeah, I think that's about it for me this week. So look down the bottom for more information, and watch the other videos, and tune in next week for more of me. Just another quick thing I want to add, because I forgot to earlier. I don't know how common this is, but I've noticed a few people just sort of going, oh, you're asexual, so you must not be interested in relationships, right? That's not necessarily the case. There are asexuals who are also aromantic, which means they don't experience romantic attraction. And that's what we like to call a romantic orientation. So you've got your romantic orientation and your sexual orientation that might be different from one another. So I personally am a hopeless romantic, but I'm also asexual. So yeah, just wanted to let you all know that they're two completely different things.